People that have little to no friends? Why is it? I have trouble interacting with people. Being around people makes me anxious and I don't understand social cues and struggle to hold a conversation. It seems like I was the only one keeping the friendship alive. If I didn't initiate it, shit wouldn't happen. I stopped trying. Edit. Thank you so much for the awards. I'm happy I am not the only one who is in this same situation. I feel less alone. Left bad people behind, don't know how to make new ones. If I knew that I would have more friends. I feel the most myself when I'm alone. Sooner or later I rub everyone the wrong way. Got tired of being used. Anytime they needed something, I was always there to help. Anytime I needed them, they were nowhere to be seen. I'm better off alone. I like it this way. Less people to disappoint and vice versa. Because fuck people. Because my two best friends. One moved away to another state. And the other became so unbelievably toxic to me I cut them out of my life for my own mental health. Now I have no one around who shares the same interests as me. I don't drink or smoke weed anymore and that's all most people around me do. And I don't like hanging out with people like that now. I'm not likable. I'm not attractive. I have social anxiety and don't talk to people on purpose. I don't like most people. I'm a little bit weird. I know I'm weird. But I'm also very happy being alone. So I don't put in effort to socialize with people I don't naturally vibe with. Though if I do find someone I click with, I'll really enjoy my time with them. It's a bit strange as I am quite social and my job revolves around being with people. But I don't have friends. Sure, I build friendships but I always have to initiate things. Always. Once we're friends, they don't invite me to much or talk to me much except if I speak to them first. I decided to stop initiating once and they just never talk to me again. People say I need better friends but truth is, I don't know how since it's always how it turns out. I eventually thought, hey, all those failed attempts have one thing in common. Me. I am the common denominator. I went to therapy. Nothing really seemed to have surfaced. I always found myself boring however, so maybe that was it. I talked with the therapist. One thing that came out was that I only talk about them. I basically ignore myself to avoid boring people with my interests. So I talked more about myself without going overboard and kept doing therapy. To no avail. Add to this I am 30 in a few days. It leads to a situation where I am not at an age where people seem to want to make friends. I tried activities. And every advice under the sun. Nothing. I seem unable to build a strong friendship where both people care. This led to me being in codependent love relationships. With women who don't have many friends. It has never been an issue but I keep being told that it is bad, but as I am getting older it seems to be the only successful bonds outside family I am able to build. But this being apparently bad makes me feel guilty. I have mostly given up on friendships and I am making peace with it. I have my business partner who is an amazing friend but we live far from each other now, so it has mostly been about work since we moved. I can't think of anyone else. I have exactly 0 friends. I'm socially awkward and mentally ill, so it's easier to be alone. I trust nobody and very little people in my life are trustworthy at all. I've dealt with enough disappointment. I don't want to keep putting myself through that. Too much effort. I used to have 3 to 5 close friends who I saw many times a week. Eventually I just didn't want to anymore. So now I have no friends. I have companionship from my wife. And that's really all I need. Most people don't understand or know how to handle someone completely withdrawing for several months, and then having too much anxiety to make contact again when ready. I have some really low swings of depression. I pretty much get couch-locked and don't seem to notice the day has passed without me. Before I know it, it's been months since I've done anything at all. When I finally snap out of it, I'm afraid to reach out because I'm afraid they don't like me anymore. But if they check in every few weeks, then when I'm mentally right again, I'll pick right back up where we left off. I don't have any really good friends anymore, but I do have a couple people I chat with very occasionally. I miss my former best friends though. I still cyber stalk them to see how they are doing. I no longer have the emotional energy needed to invest in and maintain numerous friendships. I have mild autism. I don't do well with relationships with other women because they are often built around emotional support, sharing, understanding social cues, and none of these are exactly my strength. I'm also not great at spontaneity, and sometimes feel socially overwhelmed and withdraw. I have and various friends online as well as close friends from my past that I keep varied levels of contact with, but I'm not really good at that either. Sometimes, when I feel socially overwhelmed where I'm living, I just kind of move away and drop out of existence. I have lots of hobbies to keep me entertained. Been an outcast most of my life. As a result, I got next to no social skills when it comes to interacting with somebody beyond a TV screen. I'd rather not be a burden to people than make them feel sorry for me. But hey, that's okay. Even if I sometimes lament not having a social life, I'm pretty okay with sticking to my own devices. Mostly. I don't really like most people. Secondarily, as I've realized recently, I suck at reaching out to people that I actually do like. I'm okay with not talking to people for a long time for no reason. Some of us can easily pick up where we left off after months or years. There's a bit of a fear that it's some sociopathic thing where I don't actually care about other people. But I know that I'm actually a very compassionate person, and it's more likely that I have this weird insecurity that makes me believe that no one cares to hear from me. Everyone I've ever considered a friend has betrayed me, and the little people I interact with don't give me any hope for that to change. People exhaust me, and I generally don't like being around them for very long to begin with. I've got a few close friends and a couple others I consider friends. Never understood the desire for people to have tons of friends. Seems like way too much effort to me. I've always preferred quality over quantity.